Hello, 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 and welcome to this episode of the Rent Success podcast. I'm delighted to be joined today by Aviram Shahar of Lendlord. Aviram is the co-founder and CEO of Lendlord, and Lendlord helps property investors to run and grow their businesses in a digital way. And I have seen the platform. I had a look at it last week and I was absolutely blown away by what it does. Because not only does it's the best that I have seen in terms of being able to analyze your portfolio. Many of us do this on spreadsheets. We are the same. All of the assets within your portfolio there on spreadsheets, and manually you have to input all of the data to keep it updated. But with a landlord, you can do all this digitally. Not only that, it's got a huge portfolio of, or database rather, of auction properties all across the country. You can analyze them and you can get the yield and all of the figures that we would be interested in as property investors. And finally, there's a huge finance piece, and I'm going to let Aviram tell you about that. So, welcome to the show, Aviram Shahar.
Hi, Stephanie. Thanks for hosting me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, Aviram, before we kick off into what Lendlord is and how it can help investors, I'd love to know about your background as a property investor and what your motivation was for starting Lendlord.
Okay, so thanks, Stephanie. So, actually, I started my career in the technology world, but I did some investments in property, and my parents are quite large landlords, so I was, stayed all the time connected to the property area. But in the high tech field, I worked for fintech and e-commerce startups. So for me, when we basically founded Landlord, it was the combination between property and finance. So between PropTech and FinTech together. And the first problem we identified is that it's not easy for landlords to understand their finance options if they want to do like acquire new property or if they want to raise more capital from their existing portfolio. And then we said, okay, so it's a great place for technology. Let's build something that can analyze the data for the landlords and based on that, match them with finance products that are now available for them. It started with that, but then we once we started to onboard users, we understood that we have something perhaps more enhanced, like a data management platform. So we've added more and more features. So now our users can actually manage their entire portfolio data, cash flow, due dates, everything in one place, and also get the benefits to see opportunities that are now up for sale in the market and also understand their finance options.
That's brilliant. And what I really loved was the portfolio analysis. So people who own investment properties at the moment could put them into Landlord. It would show them their equity, their yield. It would show them where they could be doing better, perhaps with the finance options that they have, and everything you can add in there one time, and it will constantly update those numbers intelligently for you. So that's the first part. Is there anything that why might a portfolio landlord want to use that and get their data out of a spreadsheet and into Landlord?
Great question. I think first, and we saw it like during COVID, I think more and more landlords understood that they need to go digital and get their data, their fingertips, and basically store everything online in a secure way. Of course, the benefits are you can access your data from anywhere at any time. It can be also available from your mobile or from your iPad, tablet, whenever you need. And the main thing is what you just mentioned is the automation side of it. So once you enter the data, you will start receiving alerts that you need to update some of the data, the information. You will get notifications when there is a key event that needs your attention. It can be, to renew your gas safety certificate, or your mortgage product is about to expire, or you need to renew your landlord insurance, or you renew your tenancy agreement, or you want to review the rent. Many, many things. So I think it's very hard to keep track on all of the things that you need to do as a landlord, with papers or spreadsheets or other documents that you manage by yourself. Using a platform make your life much easier. And of course, when you use a platform, then the engines of the platform can also generate insights. And you mentioned the finance, and I think that many landlords know that when they apply for a new mortgage, then lenders will take a look on their portfolio. So if you
Yes.
are a portfolio lender, if you have three and more properties, then they will ask to stress test the portfolio to take a look on the entire loan to value. There are many criteria items that you need to meet. So if you keep your data on landlord, the platform will do all of these calculations for you. And in one click, you can see which lenders are available for you for a new mortgage or remortgage,
Mhm.
which lenders are not. And if they aren't, what is the reason that you can't get the funding from them? So perhaps you can do something to improve your status and basically get the finance. So I think these are like the benefits. Like, just you need to enter the data, but we have ways that can make it easier for you. You can upload your spreadsheet, or you can use our team, and just to make it easier. But once you entered all the data, then first everything is in one place, summarized. You can also manage your documents, but then you can also get the insights that are so important.
I think those insights are critical because once you've got a few properties, you then want it to run as a business, and as a business, it's very important to be aware of those things because each of them can cost you tens of thousands of pounds or millions, depending on what size you're operating at. When you remortgage, the information you need to know. Now, where I got really excited was we use a broker, and that's fabulous. And although the brokers are all of markets, they all say that, but I'm sure they all have their preferred lenders who they like to go to for various reasons. So for us as the borrower, we're not really aware of what is out there for our specific circumstances. So having your platform where one can go in, put their own specific circumstances in there and look at what lenders may be available. And then when you speak to your broker and your broker comes back with options, you're able to have a two-way conversation then about the products that are available. And you're not just simply reliant on your broker, which is great if when you have a great broker. But sometimes we may not know whether the broker is really that great because we may not know what the options were available.
Yes, absolutely. I think eventually you will need a broker, but I think
Yes.
definitely you're so right. So if you use a platform like Landlord, you will get those insights. So you will
Yeah.
know what is now available out there,
Mm.
and then you can have perhaps more enhanced discussion with your
Yes.
broker. You can see, what about this? M-
Yes.
may I get that perhaps? And then you can start a discussion. And yeah, I think this is the thing, like, to be on track of your things, like, take more control over your
Yes.
portfolio and over your financial aspects of your business.
Yes. That's why I like it. It provides the extra insights. Now, it doesn't stop there because it allows you to analyze your own portfolio. We've talked about that. It allows you to source properties from your desktop in a much enhanced way. In fact, a way that I have never seen before. So I want you to talk to us about that. What the data for sourcing.
So, at Landlord, in the platform, we have basically three main sections. One is the manage that we spoke about, so you can manage all your data. The second one is the finance, so you can see your finance options. And the third one is invest. And this is a place for people that just want to get started in property, or for also for active investors that want to grow their portfolio. And in this section, as you mentioned, we have the sourcing area, which you
Mhm.
can find thousands of properties that are now up for sale in auction houses, or with agents. And then basically you can search based on your parameters. It can be location, property type, size, number of bedrooms, etc. and then immediately you can see what is now available, the prices. But the main thing is that you can see the analysis in one click. So basically, we have a deal analyzer. So the deal analyzer, we have it for rental properties and for flip. If you just want like buy to sell, you want to buy, do refurbishment, and then sell the property. So we will show you what your metrics should look like if you purchase this property with some assumptions. Yes. So let's say that I want to purchase this property and I want to offer 100K. What will be my yield in the first year, my cash on cash, the return on investment, and other metrics, important metrics, but also for the long term. If I'm going to keep this property for 10 years, what will be my metrics in 10 years? What will be my equity level? What will be the ROI? But then you need to put some assumptions. What will be the property appreciation, inflation, rent appreciation, occupancy rate. So the platform instantly will put there its assumptions, but of course you can tweak the data, edit it, play with how much you want to put in cash, how much you're going to take in a mortgage or bridging finance. And by that you can see what is the potential return of this deal. And it's so important. And it also allows you to be more conservative, because you will see how much basically you need to put in order to purchase the property. It's not just the purchase price. You need to take into account the stamp duty, the legal fees, inspection fees, refurbishment, furnishing, all of this stuff. And then basically you have the full picture, and you understand, okay, I'm going to spend this, and then on a monthly basis, I'm going to spend this, and my income will be this. And then you can see exactly what is going to be your return, and it will help you make much better decisions. So it's the sourcing part, but also it's integrated with the analysis, and also you will see your finance options to finance this specific deal.
Well, it's just mind blowing. So, obviously, you'll notice this week we're talking really, all our conversations are going to be about for people who are buying properties to invest. And I know that is a goal for many of you, and many of you are on that portfolio building journey. If that is you and you already have a portfolio, or you're currently sourcing properties, then Lendlord will be super helpful to you. And we will talk later on in this episode about how you can get started with a free trial, and I'll put a link under this video where you can access this. And I would advise you really to go in and have a look. As I say, I was really blown away by the breadth of what is there. So, Avi, let's come now to talk a little bit more about the finance options. So, you've sourced your property across all of the auction houses. I think it's great that you brought all that together in one place. And not only that, that it's not just the information. You then analyze it to analyze whether this is a good deal, and people can put in their own parameters of what makes a good deal for them. So they bought this property. No, sorry, they're looking to buy the property now. And tell us how Lendlord helps when you're at that stage.
All right. So after you analyze the property, or during the analysis, you will have like one button you can click on, and then the platform in the background will analyze your existing portfolio, will analyze the specific deal, and analyze the applicant. So basically, you can apply by yourself, you can apply with a partner, or can apply as a limited company.
Mhm.
Based on that, it will aggregate all the buy-to-let lenders products that basically you met the criteria for, and then we'll select the best three, the most optimized product for you. But of course you can change it. So if you want to take the lowest rate, but perhaps you want to look at the fees. And
Mm.
it's very important, by the way. Like many lenders, you will see perhaps very low rate, very attractive rate, but you need to take a look also what are the lender fees in the beginning. But it can be added to the loan, but you need to take it into account. Um, Perhaps it's better to take a higher rate with lower fees, but on Lendlord you can see all of that. The good thing is that the platform will do the work for you, so you can see who is the lender and the product that is available for you to finance this deal. Now, yeah, now if it's a flip deal, let's say that, so in flip projects or refurbishment projects, usually it will be harder to get a mortgage because lenders will want to get the property habitable. So you can basically get a tenant inside. And because of that, you will need either to buy in cash or you can use bridging finance. And if you want to use a bridging finance, in one click, you can see your options to get a bridging finance in terms of the rate, the loan to value, the term, etc. And you can also receive indicative terms in a few clicks. So you can choose either way, like the bridging route or mortgage route. You can also look if you have some equity in your portfolio. Perhaps you can remortgage one or two of your properties to raise more capital to complete the purchase. So everything is in one place. And the good thing is that the platform is doing the work for you.
So, as I say, it's just phenomenal, really. You must be hugely proud of it. And I know that you're offering a 3-month free trial if any listeners or viewers would like to try Lendlord out. We'll put a link and they'll get access to everything you've talked about there, Avi. Is that right?
That's right, and it's even more than that. So, so yes, for your audience, they will get 3 months free trial for the premium plan. But I have to say that the platform is free to use, so you can start enjoying many. I think the vast majority of the features without subscribing to the premium plan. So you can manage unlimited properties. You can review the auction lots. You can analyze deals, but there are several features that are under our premium plan. So if you want to do um, property valuation, if you want to link your bank account to manage your cash flow in an automated way with open banking, things like that, then you will need to subscribe to the premium plan. It's affordable. It's £99 per year. Um, and of course, for your audience, Stephanie, we will provide 3 months free trial. So they can use the features to see if it fits for their needs before they pay.
Oh, great. Well, that does sound really good. So you can basically put your own portfolio on there. You can go on there to source deals all across the UK, auction properties and other properties, and have them analysed for you. You can see all your financing options. That's the part that really excites me. And not only you can see all your mortgage options, I think more of us might be aware through other people of the different lenders and possible options there. But when it comes to bridging, I think it's more of a dark cloak because and they're not so aware of all the different bridges out there who might be suitable to your specific circumstance. So I think to be able to see just at a first base of from the landlord analysis what the options might be, it really is going to make for a better conversation when you then go to your broker to start financing a specific deal.
Absolutely, yes. It's a great way to be prepared for your calls with your broker. Um, and it's I think that you should take control on your portfolio and understand your options and analyze the potential returns, how your property business will look like in 10 years.
Yeah.
Once you have this data, then you can make better decisions based on data, less on intuition. This is my slogan.
Absolutely. And one of the things you said there, where your portfolio is in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, certainly in terms of inheritance, when you start having those conversations about with inheritance tax specialists and even just with tax specialists, having the sort of data that Lendlord provides can actually save you an absolute fortune. It is coming into millions then, because the inheritance tax is just so
Yes.
crazy.
It could be, I think, 40% of your equity or something like that.
Absolutely. And more sometimes. Um, so I'd love to, if you can think of anything, I hope I'm not putting you on the spot, but of how having this insight has really helped people with their portfolio, or can you think of a case where having the insight from Lendlord has really helped an investor?
Yes, absolutely. On the management side, I think that the due date notifications because then you will not miss out. Either if you have opportunity to raise more capital, but it's more important if your fixed rate we go to the standard variable rate that is much higher if you don't take an action. So
Yes.
basically, yeah, so it can save you hundreds of pounds per month. It depends, of course, on the loan side, but it's so important to get those notifications on time. So this is from not losing money, but you can also save money because you will get notifications. For instance, let's renew your landlord insurance. Perhaps it's time to review your policy premium. Perhaps you can get a better price.
Mhm.
um, many things like review your rent. So we have
Yeah.
this feature that you can define events that I want to review the rent for this property at this time, and then you will get rent valuation online rent evaluation. It's not fully accurate, but it will give you some indication about the rent prices in this postcode, and then based on that you can make decision if I need to increase now the rent or what should be the rent for my next tenant, etc. So it helps investors basically also not to lose money, also to save money, and of course save time because you
Yeah.
don't like, everything is one place, accessible from anywhere. So I think this is like the main thing.
It's magical. It's super powerful. And thank you so much for developing it. Thank you for joining me today to talk about it. And we will put the link. I would encourage you to go sign up, try out all of those facilities that we talked about. The power of the sourcing there, the power in the finance there. And also, if you have your own portfolio, the power in being able to get that analysis. So, Avi, is there anything else that you want to share just as we're closing today?
In general, I think that technology is the future, and I think landlords and property investors should go digital as soon as they can because there are so many opportunities out there, and it will just help you grow your portfolio wisely, make better decisions. So, this is my message.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. And thank you for watching and for listening. It was lovely to have you with us today. And remember, believe bigger, be bolder, be a game changer. I'll see you next week. Bye for now.